It's that time again for another setup, and today is going to be a new one. I've actually never skated a Jacuzzi board, and this one's looking pretty interesting. So shout out Skate618 for hooking your boy up with this thing. They are an in-store and online shop, so you guys can check them out. It's actually pretty awesome. They even filter by wheelbase. So if you're like a wheelbase nerd like me, it's just easy to search their website, and they have a lot of options, especially if you're looking for that kind of thing. They also provide the Chems wheelbase adjuster. That's another option. So if you want to mess around with your wheelbases, something to check out. But kind of back to the board, this is a very small wheelbase. This is a 13.75, I do believe. We have the jet ski class, like wider, shorter wheelbase board right here by Jacuzzi. I've actually never rode a Jacuzzi board, so I am pretty excited to test this thing out. I just already love the top ply like this, how it's like the little two-tone right here just looks so nice. They have a really sick team. The shape does look pretty cool. The last board I rode was an anti-hero. It was kind of similar to a true fit mold, but it had a very square nose and tail. This also does have a very square nose and tail, but the other board was a 14-inch wheelbase. And if you guys are familiar with my setups, I usually skate a 13.88 wheelbase, and it's crazy how I feel like the 14-inch wheelbase did mess me up. I noticed just doing 360 flips, even ollieing or like scooping into back nose blunt for me, I could feel like I wasn't getting there as quick as I normally do with the smaller wheelbase. So this is probably the smallest wheelbase I've ever rode. I have tried a 13.75 wheelbase before, but it was on an 8.5-inch board. This is an 8.25, so I feel like I actually might like this a little bit better. Oh my goodness. So it's actually smaller than 31.5. It's almost like 31 exactly. It's like 31.25. So this is probably one of the shortest boards I've actually ever rode. I don't think I've ever rode something smaller than 31.5. So rotating this board, doing like any type of 360 flip, it's gonna spin so quick, which is gonna be great. The short wheelbase is also gonna be very responsive. And when I mean very responsive, it's gonna turn very quick. It's also gonna pop very quick. The short wheelbase isn't for everybody. Maybe keep in mind like how tall you are or something. I don't know, maybe if you're over 6 feet, this wheelbase might be a little too much for you. I'm about 6 feet and I love the small wheelbase. It's just very less effort for everything. Like when I have to do certain tricks, I just don't have to pop as hard, scoop as hard. So I think that's why it works for me. I also kind of skate a lot of quick transition and ditches, and I think that's another plus for me, having the small wheelbase so I can actually go up and down the tight transition quicker. But if you don't skate any of that, maybe the small wheelbase isn't for you. Otherwise then, let's move down to the other stuff under the hood. We're gonna be going back to the Spitfire tablets. The tablets are like the skinny wheels, like the squared off wheels, the princess cut, if you will, if you guys remember from Boardy Cakes, if you guys skated Boardy Cakes. It's just like the shopping cart wheel. And this wheel, it's funny because I just don't like the look of it, but I do love how it functions. Since I skate a lot of ledges, the squared off edge on these wheels just lock in really good. I've been skating a lot of different wheels like conical fulls. These ones are the lock-ins and they're just too wide for me. And also the shape is a little bit different. One side is pretty flat like a tablet. The other side's a little bit more rounded. It didn't lock in as much as I felt it should have. So we are going back to tablets. The other reason why I'm going back to tablets is they are lighter wheels. I always like to lighten up my setup as much as I can. So as you can see, this definitely shaves off a few millimeters on the side right here. The only downfall, honestly, about the tablet wheels is that if you're not rotating them too often or flipping them around, they start to kind of cone to one side and it kind of looks ugly in my opinion. Also, I just don't love how the nut is so exposed on these wheels. Like if you land primo and stuff, it kind of just grinds up your axle and the nut of your truck. So I don't know. It's not my favorite looking wheel, but it definitely functions well for me. So we're gonna go back to tablets. We're also gonna continue with the independent forged hollows. I skated these on my last setup for about a month. So these trucks are definitely broken in. I definitely like them. The blue bushing was the only thing that I was a little confused or concerned about, but it literally is the same thing as like the yellow orange bushings that they come with. They don't really feel softer. They might be, but I had to really crank them down maybe once or twice. Otherwise, then I haven't touched them. Also notice with the forged hollow, they do have a thinner base plate. I thought it was gonna kind of mess up my nose slide and tail slide because it's so thin. I felt like I wasn't gonna have as much of a lock-in space, but surprisingly, it really hasn't done much. I know the forged like titanium ones are like the super lightweight ones. Maybe one day we will get those just so I can have like a super lightweight truck. Otherwise then we're gonna be rocking these normal indies for the most part. I'm just used to them, so I feel like I don't really want to change my trucks right now. Also, we're going to be running the pepper grip tape. I did try Mob recently again, just because I wanted to just double check and make sure it was what it was. And I don't know, it's crazy because like the pepper feels like very good, you know, and like kind of bendy. The Mob was just very crispy, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I was gonna break it. Even when I put it on my board, it just didn't stick that well. So I'm just sticking with the pepper. I feel like these have been like my go-to rails for the last few years. These are, I think, the Santa Cruz, just like the hollow rails. They kind of have a little bit of an angle, like kind of like a harder edge and a softer edge. You're supposed to put them on one way, but I actually put them on the opposite way just because I kind of like the hard side when I do tilt grinds. I'll kind of explain that more later, but that's what these bad boys are. I just don't even have new bearings. I have a bunch of old Reds bearings right here, so I'm sure we will find hopefully enough bearings to work for these new wheels. Board right here. Gonna open this bad boy up. 618 stickers, and if you guys didn't know, Skate 618, homie Chems over there, he does Chems FB as well. So if you guys don't know Chems FB, definitely go check that out if you guys are fingerboarders. Otherwise, then if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Let's set this thing up. Let's put it in the hands down here. That's pretty funny. We put it on this one. I was like, this is the top of my board, right? All right. Throw this thing on here, if you will. It's crazy how there's like wax and schmutz all over my board already. How is this possible? Definitely squared. It's definitely stubby looking. It looks fun though. It looks a little bit flatter than what I would normally skate, honestly, now that I'm kind of putting grip tape on it. It's funny how when you put grip tape on a board, I feel like that's when the shape really comes out all of a sudden. It's all like, you know what I mean? Things that you didn't see will be shown with this. But yeah, it's definitely a mellow concave. It's not as steep as I normally ride. Okay, it's kind of good and bad depending on like what tricks you're doing and I don't know what you're comfortable with. But we'll see how this thing goes. Get this out of here. Okay. I'm done gripping the board. I'll do like a little fold right here and then I'm gonna hit the sides. But we're inside right now. There's already a lot of like mess going on in here, so we're gonna do this outside later. Sick, but look at the shape though. It's so stubby and square. Okay, that thing is sick looking. All right, let's poke some holes in the grip tape and get the trucks on. But I'm actually looking at it, it kind of tapers down here on the tail, so hopefully that kind of helps with the scoopage of this board. But I do want to talk about my trucks actually, and the truck size. So these are a 149 size truck. Usually when you ride at 825, I believe they suggest a 144 size truck. I think a 149 is technically 4 and 8.5, but the reason why I like the 149 on the 825 is one, it's just a little bit more stable. Since I skateboard with shorter wheelbases, it's just a little bit more squirmy. So to kind of balance it out, the wider truck helps me. Also with the wider truck, it helps me lock into grinds like crooked grinds and Smith grinds, feeble grinds. So if you ever like have that problem, look at your trucks, honestly. So I did try to ride a smaller truck. I tried riding the 144 on the 825, and it was honestly too hard for me to lock into my crooks, feeble grinds, Smith grinds. I had to be way more precise, and I'm not always that precise, so I felt like this way I can kind of get into my tricks a little bit easier. And so that's why I ride the 149 on the 825. Since I got the forged hollows, they are as light as the regular hollow 144s. I remember we did that in the past video, I think, or 2 videos ago, whatever that was. Just got the trucks on the board, and honestly, I actually like the black trucks on this. I haven't been a fan of the colorway of the trucks. I just got a good deal on them. That's why I got them. All right, let's move down to the ground and put the wheels on. Like I mentioned, we're going to be skating the Spitfire tablets. I do skate the 101s. The reason why I skate the harder wheel, not the 99. It's funny because the 99s are usually blue. The red is 101. And the reason why I like this is I do a lot of nose slides and tail slides. So I do a lot of sliding on my wheels. So that's why I like the harder wheel. Kind of surprises me for how hard of a wheel this is. this Spitfire Formula 4 like actually is pretty decent even when I skate rough spots, because I do skate a lot of ditches now, and surprisingly these are not too bad in the ditches. Oh, and that's the other thing about these wheels. We haven't set up new wheels in a while because honestly Spitfires last kind of a long time. It's kind of crazy. So we are going to throw these bad boys on. I think I'm going to do graphic in, if I'm being honest. Oh, we just lost one. That's how fast these wheels are. Look at them. They're zooming out of here. The other thing I want to talk about are the washers. So this is another thing that can also kind of expand your wheels. If your wheels aren't poking out and you do want them to poke out a little bit, or if you want to just like maximize the truck axle, you know, and get the most grind out of your truck you can, put all your washers down here. When I used to ride like my 45, 48 millimeters, I used to stack 3 of them on here just so I could push the wheel out as much as I could, and just so I can get as much like grindability from my truck, if that makes sense. When I was skating curbs, it was a little bit different, but even now I still, with the tablets, since they're so thin, like this wheel is so thin and small, that I try to put the things there so it pokes out a little bit more, if that makes sense. So yeah. Fun fact. I'm sure a lot of you already know about this, but I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it enough, but I wanted to point that out. I have a bunch of like old Reds bearings that I'm just kind of grabbing out of a pile. So, you know, we'll do one at a time to make sure they're actually spinning. That might be a good idea. Maybe one day we'll get a bearing sponsor, you know? Like, I don't know. We'll work for it one day, but this is, oh, kind of whack. I'm not going to lie. Oh no, we lost a washer. And I want to like be kind of fast about this. I don't want to be doing this all night. Maybe we'll go buy bearings this week. Okay, we got both of those right there. Ah, good stuff. All right, we're gonna put the rest of the tires on here. Did I mention these are 52s? I don't know if I mentioned that. 52 is a big tire for me, honestly. I've never really rode bigger than 52, especially like on my main setup. Like matches up kind of perfectly with the 825. Look at that. It doesn't even like overhang really. Look at that. It's like perfect. 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 How you done? How you done? Okay, I'm gonna stop being annoying right now and I will put the rest of my wheels on. Just got the wheels on. It looks super fresh. I hope some of the bearings are better than others. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, maybe we'll go buy bearings this week if they start acting up kind of bad. Anyways, we got these things on. The next thing we're gonna do is put the rails on. I actually ride my rails pretty far in, and the reason why is I do a lot of like board slide to hurricane, board slide to feeble, and when you do those tricks, you need some leverage on the side right here. So that's why I do it like that. For me personally, when I board slide, I don't want to feel any like type of resistance on the wood. I want to slide clearly on plastic. It helps moving my rails in closer together just so I avoid scratching the middle of my board. You see people with the rails on the waist side of their boards like they did back in the 80s. This is kind of more for grabbing your board on the side if you're doing like indie grabs, melon grabs, bonelesses or whatever. It just kind of helps to grab on the side a little bit better. Otherwise, then maybe find a happy medium in the middle. It kind of rides it pretty tight in there. So I do want to mention that's what I do. I literally even measure out the 2 inches. I mark it out and everything. So that's what I'm about to do. All right, so the other thing I like to do to kind of prevent my rails from rattling and just to kind of keep them more secure on the board when I'm drilling them in is I'll literally put tape on them, like on the bottom, and I'll show you guys what I do. I literally just put like Zach onto this like the other day. It's pretty funny. So I just literally will grab a piece of tape like this, honestly. Maybe this doesn't give me the best amount of space, but we'll do what we can right here. Oh no. Oh no. All right, well. I hope this is long enough because I don't think it is. I mean, barely. Barely. Oh, it only really covered one of the hole. Okay, I'm gonna do this again because I'll put the tape on here like this, kind of across the board, or across the rail. Rip that off, like the taco style, or when you loop it, you know what I mean? I suggest to not do this on the ground like I am. Like, it's probably easier to stand up and do it. Anyways, you guys get what we're doing, right? So that just picked up all the schmutz on like my board, like all the freaking old wax and everything. And with this small wheelbase too, it's crazy how much the rails go in on both sides. That looks pretty good. It's definitely close, but we're looking good. Rails, I think, are actually supposed to go out this way, but because of how I skate and like what I do, I actually prefer them in this way. Look straight enough, I guess, if you will. We just got the board finished up. The complete is looking good. I'm definitely hyped on it. This looks like something I think I'm gonna hopefully really enjoy. So quickly to go over it again, we have the Jacuzzi skateboard. It's a 31 1/4, I wanna say, 825 with a 13.75 wheelbase, which is pretty small. Look at this little guy. I mean, even just by my rails, you can kind of tell the rails are so far up and down here that you can just see that it's like a pretty small board. So much cat hair like up in here. Anyways, we have the 149 forged hollow indies. We have the Spitfire 52 tablets with the 101 Duro because we sliding, baby. We have pepper grip tape, the Santa Cruz hollow rails. We have the duct tape pretty much underneath there for the extra security, the anti-rattle, if you will. Yeah, stay tuned, subscribe if you guys want, but we will be test skating this thing shortly. I wish I could go skate right now. Honestly, I would love to go skate this thing.